Hi, I'm Sheila Gale, and I first heard of Master Danadoost through a friend of mine. I have a radio show that I do every week, and he sounded like he'd be a great guest for my show. So he accepted the request for an interview, and we spent 2 hours on the radio. During the interview, I noticed that something was very special about this man, particularly because two women called in. One was 69 years old, and she said how 3 years ago she was almost an invalid and waiting to die. She was a burden on her children. She had absolutely no joy in her life, and that today, since meeting and working with Master Danadoost, that she was so excited about her life and how she had no health issues at all. Another woman called up and said to me, I don't want to go on the air, but I want to tell you that I've seen him 3 times. And the second time that I saw him, she said, when I walked out of Master Danadoost's office, I felt better than I ever had in her life. And so I went, I have a lot of different healers on my show, but I knew that this was somebody that I wanted to see for myself. My issues, I've suffered a lot in the last 5 years with depression, anxiety. I went through a divorce and menopause. I have had children late in life, and also I've struggled with addiction most of my life. So I went from Monterey, I drove up to Novato and saw Master Danadoost. It was a 3-hour drive, and I remember that the session, it was very nice and it was wonderful to meet him in person. I laid on a table, and he said, the only thing I want you to do is just breathe deeply. He did some hands-on work and said a lot of things, and I remember it felt wonderful. I left there, and after I came back home to Monterey, the next couple days I sort of was waiting to feel better, and what happened is that I felt worse. I just fell into this horrible dark place that I can't even describe. I just was thinking, why even go on? Nothing's even helping, nothing's working. So I called back up to the healing clinic and spoke to Mary Grace, and she said we need to get another session immediately. So this time we did it over the phone, and again he asked me just to breathe deeply. This was about a little more than 2 weeks ago, and I remember after the 30-minute session I felt immediately different. I felt better. It was late in the afternoon, so when I woke up the next morning, I woke up with this feeling that is so indescribable. It is how I've been hoping I could feel. It is how I expected life to be, but haven't felt it since maybe I was a little child. I have such a sense of well-being. I feel mentally, emotionally, physically fit. I have a great sense of well-being. I feel extremely powerful. I have no fear. I have no worry. I have nothing but good feelings and excitement for my future, which is completely unknown. I just found out through this terrible financial crisis we're having in the country that my mortgage is going up over $1,000 a month, and I'm not even concerned how I'm going to pay for it. I feel fantastic, and I mean, words cannot describe. I cannot actually describe how good I feel, but I'm telling you, I wanted to say this. I wanted to be on camera and tell you because this man has made such a difference in my life, and he is the real thing. So I am so grateful that I met Master Danadoost. I hope that I'll be working with him again in the future. I hope that I won't have to, but I'm glad to know he's here, and I just highly recommend him for anyone with any problems that you're dealing with, physical, mental, emotional. There is an answer, and this man is a miracle worker as far as I'm concerned.